welcome to another episode of PairFect, where we bring inspiring stories and conversations to the table. Today, we're honored to sit down with a distinguished diplomat who has recently begun her mission here in the Philippines. She's the newly appointed ambassador of Israel to the Philippines, dedicated to strengthening ties between our nations through cooperation, culture, and people-to-people connections. Let's get to know Her Excellency Dana Kursh and the vision she brings to her new role. Welcome to PairFect,
Thank you,
Ambassador.
Mabuhay.
And welcome to
Shalom.
the Philippines.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat.
Oh.
Thank you, Dina.
It's nice to hear you already know some
I'm
of
trying.
the
I'm
words.
trying. It's struggling, but I hopefully will learn more and more.
Okay. So I understand you were here 10 years ago.
Yes.
And this is your second time in the Philippines, right?
I was only 1 week ambassador 10 years ago. It was typhoon time in October 2015.
Oh.
So I was then posted as deputy ambassador in India.
Mhm.
And our ambassador back then took leave of like vacation,
Mhm.
and they said typhoon time, let's have someone here. So they sent
Okay.
me for 1 week,
Okay.
which was amazing. But I only saw the hotel and the embassy because everything was with pouring rain.
Okay. Wow.
But I'm so happy and thrilled to be here, especially in this time, which is the time of our high holidays. The Jewish high holidays is this month.
This month,
And it's basically the New Year's Eve, so it's new beginnings, celebrating new beginnings. So I'm so happy
Perfect
to celebrate
timing.
exactly it with you.
For you, yeah. So we'll talk more about the New Year celebrations of Israel, but let me go back to that time when you first came here. What was your very first impression of the country?
I think that the first impression is the smiles,
Uh-huh.
that you can feel that they come directly from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
They are Filipino smile
Mm-hmm.
is a genuine smile
Mm-hmm.
directly from the heart that really
Mm-hmm.
embrace you.
Oh.
So you feel like there's a total immersion
Mm-hmm.
of becoming a Filipino or an Israeli Filipino in my case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also I knew about the friendship between our nations with leaders and people, but I really feel it since I arrived here.
That's
And
great.
I'm very I feel very much privileged to
Yes, I'm
experience
sure.
that.
We warmly welcome you to the
Thank you so much.
Philippines, and
Thank you so
we
much.
look forward to having you here also many times.
I would love
Okay.
that.
So, but tell me, how is a typical day for you here? How is it different from your life back in Israel now that you are an ambassador in the Philippines?
On a personal note, I don't see much difference.
Mm.
Our embassy is located in BGC,
Okay.
so you wander the streets.
Walk
or
around.
If I can tell, it's much cleaner than Israel.
Okay.
The streets are like sparkling, and you can find amazing food here. The culinary, both of both our nation is every step you can find another restaurant, and you can rejoice both Filipino and other cuisines.
Right.
And it's the same. It's the same back home, and you see the skyscrapers. You feel that everything is thriving here and such vibrancy. So in this respect, I walk the streets of BGC or walk the streets of Jerusalem, of Tel Aviv, the same.
Doesn't feel strange at
Exactly. On a professional note,
all.
a typical day for me, I think that diplomacy is the best profession ever, because you are basically a jack of all trades. You are an advocate or an attorney for your country. You are a journalist or spokesperson of your country. You are marketing your country, and you are doing PR and branding of your country, and you are a matchmaker of connecting people.
Right.
So
always,
it's an honor to
bridging
do
the-
it on a day-to-day here in the Philippines,
Okay.
between connecting Israelis and Filipinos and finding so much in common, whether it's faith, whether it's family, the importance of family, or whether it's the friendliness that I had shared with you, the hospitality, that you are so gracious.
That's good to know. Ambassador, was this always what you always wanted to do?
Yes, definitely. It was a dream of mine since I went to university, to the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, and I studied international relations with a dream of becoming, but I was confident no chance I'll get there. It's too complicated. Only 1% get into the course, to the diplomatic cadet course. And God willing, somehow I got in. And it was amazing because really, as I said, it's a jack of all trades, and for something I'm believing at. I'm not selling a product, I'm selling my country, and I'm very proud of Israel. And I'm also selling or advocating and building partnership with other nations to be able to build the friendship between Israel and the Philippines. It's a huge privilege for me, and I'm looking forward to do it and to share some of the success stories with you here at Dinah.
Glad to know that. Ambassador, what about other members of your family? Are they also in diplomacy? What kind of industries are they in?
I'm a single mom. So I have a 13-year-old boy who's not yet in no sector, but he's a student here in the heart of Manila. My brother is a lawyer, but my parents are from a small village in the north of Israel, 15 minutes drive from Nazareth, in the lower Galilee, and the Jordan, the Israel Valley. So they were agriculture. My mom was a teacher. My dad is in agriculture, building constructions for agriculture. So it was very far away. I was raised like a provisional countryside girl, but really I think that they have the privilege and the honor to represent my country and to strengthen the partnership of my country with other nations, especially here in the Philippines. It's a pure joy.
Well, it's nice to learn more about Israel, your country, from you, because you love it so much and it's very obvious. Tell us about what was it like growing up in Israel for you?
I know that there are tons of myths of what's going on in Israel. Everybody's sure that it's a desert and camels, because that's the description, some of the description in the Bible.
From the Bible,
yes. But some of the descriptions also speak about the land of milk and honey, and agriculture is blooming, and we make our desert bloom. 60% of Israel is desert, but we have flowers, and we were able to tackle the shortage of water. So on top of that, growing up in Israel was a lot also dealing with coexistence. I know that we have been experiencing a vicious war inflicted on us by the Hamas terrorist organization in October 2023. But my child was very different.
Yes.
I was growing up next to an Arab village. So my neighbors from the Arab village called me Ibnat Musa, the daughter of Moshe,
Moshe,
which is the name of my father. And he was fluent in Arabic, not as me, and he was working hand to hand with them. And I was visiting Jenin, which is now belongs to the Palestinian Authority. So it was a different reality
at that time.
And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that I pray for that my son can continue, can go back to this reality,
to that kind of,
and that we'll find a solution, and that this Hamas terrorist organization will evaporate because he wants our elimination, and that the Palestinian people that we don't have a fight with will be deciding their own fate, and God willing, at the end of the day, after this Hamas terrorist organization stopping inflicting so much hurtfulness on our people, we'll be able to go back to the track of having peace in our region.
Yes,
and mainly, if I may say, also pray for the 48 hostages, Israeli hostages that are kept in captivity by this Hamas terrorist organization and our Palestinian terrorist organizations. And I'm wearing this necklace, and it's a military necklace that we used to wear soldiers, that basically it will be twice written my name and my ID card as a soldier, and I was a captain in the army, so I was wearing it every day when I was 5 years in the army, in the Israeli Defense Forces. But now, as a diplomat, I feel that I'm a soldier for peace, wearing this every day because it says explicitly, הלב שלנו עם עזה, עם החטופים. Our heart is with the hostages in Gaza. And we are praying for the unification of 48 families with the kidnapped, whether the one who are deceased and the one who are still alive, with their families in Israel, especially now when we come to the high holidays of the Jewish New Year's. So God willing, there will be a unification and there will be peace. And this Hamas terrorist organization, other terrorist organization that are proxies of Iran regime will stop inflicting so much hurt and pain on our nation.
Yes, we all pray the same thing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, but well, let's move on to a lighter topic about the celebrations this month for Israel. Can you tell us more about that?
So I think that very much like you are taking it to the extreme, and it's amazing. But I think that it was once they told me that Christmas has been celebrated from September, I didn't believe. But on September 1st, the first thing I saw was all the decoration and the ornaments hung in the malls, and my son loves it, so he's going to rejoice it for the next 4 months, plus minus. So it's exactly like New Year's Eve. After celebrating Christmas, we are celebrating on the lunar calendar the new beginning of the Jewish year.
Okay.
And in Israel, 80% are Jews, 20% are non-Jews, and there is a freedom of religion that everybody can practice whenever he or she wants. But we are all united, celebrating with 2 things we eat in combined.
Okay.
We eat an apple, representing prosperity and the yield and honey.
Okay.
And we are praying for that it will be a sweet year, that it will be a new beginning, a new start, and all. There is an expression in the Bible that hoping for all the תכלה שנה וקללותיה, תחל שנה וברכותיה. May the curses of the old year will fade away and the blessing of the new year will start. So this is what I'm wishing both to all the people in Israel and of course to all the Filipino people.
So what else do you do? Like, do you have a special kind of food that you serve other than that?
Except that we are eating pomegranates because pomegranates, the seeds, they have many seeds. It's a symbol of prosperity. And also there are dates. It's basically, there are 7 species that the Israeli Holy Land was graced with, and we are trying to eat and rejoice each and every one of us. There are also 4 species that basically we are praying with, and that we are doing some kind of a ritual while praying and holding those 4 things. And I can share with you personally that it's going to happen in the near come, and I'm still in a hotel, so I will probably move 1 or 2 days before I'm going to host a big gathering at home with all of the team of the embassy and their families. And I know that my house will still be a mess, but there's nothing more important than celebrating together.
Yes,
the uniting and rejoicing the blessings of family and friends, and new beginnings, and especially when I begin my new home that I hope will host, including yourself and many others, Filipino leaders from different sectors. I will be rejoicing with my own extended Filipino Israeli family of the embassy at my home.
I'm sure
so I'm really looking forward.
Yes, that's good. Ambassador.
Thank you.
Speaking of food, have you discovered any Filipino food that you can recommend to your Israeli friends?
Filipino food is going to be a big challenge for me.
Okay.
I was planning to lose weight, not to gain weight. But you have too many tasty things, and I have an amazing chef at home who's introducing me to all the culinary
What
delights.
have you tried?
So I can tell you first and foremost, lumpia in any way, shape, or form, I'll eat it.
Okay.
Whether last, I think 2 days ago, Joe, our chef, made it with jackfruit that I know good from India, and banana
Okay.
and cinnamon on top.
Oh, delicious.
Divine. And my son and I ate, I won't tell you how many.
Okay.
But it can be salty, it can be with chicken, it
Mhm.
can be whatever. I will have it. I also tried the adobo, which is delicious. I haven't tried the alu alu yet.
The
But I have
okay.
many things and many days to enjoy
Yes, you'll have
the Filipino,
plenty of
exactly, Filipino delights
opportunities. Yeah, so
and
halo
dishes.
halo would be next.
Yes, I imagine so.
Okay, so Ambassador, I'm sure you've met a lot of Filipinos already. What qualities do you think are similar between the Filipinos and Israelis?
I think I mentioned it before. I think it's qualities and values. A quality is the hospitality, the automatic, the easiness of building friendship, and I think that it's something that unites both our nations. And a second thing is this value of family. You are really, you value your parents, even if they live in the province, you will keep on visiting them. Even if you're living in Manila, you'll drive many hours or you'll fly and take a ferry in order to be reunited with your parents, and the same for us. Same. And I think that what is unique for both our nations is also the importance of religions, of faith.
Yes.
So it's friendship, family, and faith. And when it comes to faith, really the importance of faith and the moral ethics of faith that guide us, even though like I'm Jewish, but you know, Israel was the birthplace of the three monotheistic faiths, both Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So I think that the importance that we attach to faith really can unite us, and it's a characteristic that is a huge common denominator between our two nations and two people.
That's why it's so easy to like and get along with
Definitely,
other people.
definitely.
So, okay, we're coming to the last question, Ambassador.
Yes.
So, earlier we were talking about the Jewish New Year, right? And its celebration. So, you talked about how you usually celebrate it. But what values from that holiday guide your work here in the Philippines?
These high holidays are like a concentration of 3 holidays. It starts with the New Year's Eve. Then we have a fast of Yom Kippur that we fast for 25 hours. And we atone on our sins.
Okay.
And then come a 7-day holiday called Sukkot in Hebrew, Tabernacles Feast in English. And it's basically a feast of hospitality. We are obliged to host family and friends and celebrate together.
Oh, nice.
So if I can choose only one value, as I mentioned, we share, is this hospitality. And I hope that I will have many opportunities to invite people. We are building a kind of a temporary tent to remember the time in the Bible that we were for 40 years working in the desert between Egypt to Israel until we arrived to the Holy Land, and the Jewish people returned to the Holy Land. And we are celebrating, we are inviting people to come to our temporary tent to celebrate together with us and being hospitable to them. So we are commanded to have a lot of guests, a lot of, we say in Hebrew or in Aramaic, ushpizim. So I'm hopeful that throughout my tenure here, I will practice this hospitality and have many people both in the temporary sukkah and in my temporary residence here in the Philippines, and hosting many Filipinos and building more partnership with each and every one of you.
Yes. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you so much, and thank you to your viewers.
Thank you,
readers.
Ambassador Kursh, for sharing your insights, your story, and aspirations with us here on PairFect.
Maraming salamat.
Beautiful. So it's truly inspiring to hear your vision for deepening the friendship between Israel and the Philippines, and how you hope to build bridges through diplomacy and cultural exchange. And to our viewers, we hope this conversation has given you a better understanding of the partnerships that shape our global community. Join us again next week for another episode of PairFect, where passion always finds its perfect pair. See you then. Welcome to
This break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern-day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingmi Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribun's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lazada and Ted Montalibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
And this
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nandito po ulit ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe, para sagutin ang inyong mga katanungan. May tanong mula sa ating kaibigan na netizen, si Ma'am Noemi Clemente, ukol sa rates ng Meralco ngayong panimula ng bear months. Totoo ba, Manong Joe, na bababa ngayong buwan ang singil sa kuryente? Anong dahilan at magkano naman po yan? Tama ka, Noemi. Good news nga dahil may bawas singil tayo ngayong September na almost o halos 19 centavos per kilowatt hour. Para sa typical na pamilyang may konsumo na 200 kilowatt hours kada buwan, katumbas po ito ng 37 pesos na bawas singil sa kanilang bill. Habang tumataas ang consumption level ay syempre tumataas din ang bawas singil. Ang pangunahing dahilan ng pagbaba ay ang mas murang generation charge mula sa ating mga suppliers. Particular yung independent power producers at yung kontrata natin under our power supply agreements. Nakabawas din ang paglakas ng piso kontra dolyar sapagkat ang dolyar po ang ginagamit ng mga generation company sa kanilang operasyon. Gayon din yung pagbaba ng presyo ng fuel o fuel prices sa pandaigdigan merkado o world market. Tumaas ang singil sa WESM o yung tinatawag na wholesale electricity spot market at may dagdag na koleksyon dahil sa contract adjustments ng ilang suppliers. Pero dahil mas malaki yung reduction o pagbaba sa singil ng IPPs at PSA, overall ay may bawas pa rin tayo ngayong buwan. Mga kaliwanag, mga katribo, kahit may bawas singil, importante pa rin ang masinop na paggamit ng kuryente. Nakakatulong ito hindi lang sa bulsa, kundi pati na rin sa ating kalikasan. At ngayong tag-ulan, laging maging maingat sa paggamit ng kuryente para iwas aksidente po. Hanggang sa susunod na episode ng Ask Manong Joe, ito po ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe Saldariaga.